All right, we will begin the meeting of the MSD of North Posey by joining me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so the first item on the agenda is the consent items, the minutes and claims docket. And we have 3 additions to the consent items to consider as well. The resignations of Lauren Baumgart, Carolyn Fisher, and from Scott Lance. So I'm looking for a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve the claims docket and consent items with the 3 additions.
I'll second that.
Motion by Ms. Will and second by Mr. Stock. Do we have any discussion on the items? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
It's already on there, I can see that.
Did we have any patrons?
Yeah, it was just effective date cut it off.
Amy's not here.
Were there any patron concerns?
No, there was not.
Okay, so no patrons. All right, next we have new business and
Students from our Posey High School are here to present.
It's you guys.
Well, we're with the Business Professionals America Club at North Posey High School. We have 31 members this year, and we are an organization where we compete to go to district, state, and nationals, and we use our business skills more or less to win these competitions. And this year we had 17 people go to state, and then the 2 of us are advancing to nationals. I'm going for C++ programming and
I'm going for Java programming and PC servicing and troubleshooting.
And then with our club, we also really strive to do different service projects. So this year we've done a Jar Wars class change competition to raise money for the polar plunge that we did in February. We've sold carnations to benefit the YMCA. Right now we're doing the Viking Vault hygiene item drive to benefit our actual Viking Vault at school.
Very nice. Thank you so much
Yes.
for representing.
Congratulations.
And who are you guys? What are your names?
I'm Abby Abernathy,
Devin Keezy.
And you guys are what grade?
seniors.
This will be Abby's second year in a row qualifying for nationals. She
Really?
also attended last year in a different programming contest, yes.
That's awesome. And the nationals are in Orlando, is that right?
This year
Yeah.
they're in Orlando.
Have
Be
fun.
fine.
I think he just said
And
you've
we're-
been approved.
Yeah.
So you're computer programming, is that what
Yeah.
you're doing?
Yeah.
And then I'm doing a different language than she's doing, and I'm also doing PC servicing and troubleshooting, which is, at district it was a 50-question multiple choice test over hardware, software, how to get all that to work together. And if I get top 10 at nationals, I'll have the opportunity to do a hands-on and do a installation of a part or fix a computer that's not working.
So do you guys know what you're wanting to do in studying college?
Yeah, I'm going to Rose-Hulman for computer science.
I'm also going to Rose-Hulman for electrical engineering.
Very nice.
Did you take computer science at
Good
Purdue?
work.
Nope, took electrical engineering at Purdue. So,
Well, I was involved in you ever heard of Fortran? Imagine that.
Well, they actually, in the mechanical engineering department, they still teach some Fortran.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's
a
an
machine.
old program,
Yeah.
old, like me, it's been around a while. So anyway, so who teaches you this?
Miss Nuttig.
Oh, great.
I attempt. They actually do a whole lot on their own because the things they are doing are beyond what the scope of the class is. So they are responsible for learning a lot.
And so how do they access that?
We have, at school, we have Visual Studio, which is the C++ and Visual Basic development environments, and then we have a program called Blue Jay, where they can practice their Java programming skills.
Well, great. So you do a lot of your, studying a lot on your own.
They are.
Did you just pronounce your last name Kiesel or Kiesel?
Kiesel.
Kiesel.
KIES.
And when do they get to study this?
Sometimes in class,
Okay.
because they are both.
Because this is a club, right?
Yeah, it is a club.
And we're both in classes for our programming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're both really fast, so it works out because they can always find more to do. And I don't, I mean, the differentiated instruction, they take care of that themselves. They're like, okay, can we do this? Yes, go for
Right.
it.
So you take care of your basic course requirements pretty quickly.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Extra time to do what you're learning. Good.
Well, hopefully you guys send lots of pictures and keep us up to date online what's going on at Nationals,
A
right?
lot of it'll be on our VP and Twitter.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Mr. Gentile had one of his sons qualify for nationals
Yeah.
in the past too. So he knows, he's got an advantage.
I'm a follower. I follow BDA Twitter.
Did you teach your son, Jeff?
That'd be no. I was instrumental in his formative years,
Okay, okay.
like up until age 6.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Represent North Posey well.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay, or
When
if
is
you don't want to
Nationals?
sit through.
Nationals when?
When?
Oh,
When do you go?
May 10th or
14?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
14?
Yes, you fly home on the 14th. I will not be attending with them this year.
Oh.
Yeah, Nick graduates, our son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Devin's parents have agreed to chaperone. Yes.
Right.
Wasn't too hard of a decision.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Good job.
It's easy when they're motivated.
There you go.
You ready for me?
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay, I'd like to ask the board to approve the contract with Instructure for a 3-year Canvas Cloud subscription beginning July 1, 2017. Canvas Cloud is a learning management system for teachers and students that will be used for the one-to-one initiative. There is a one-time implementation fee of $4,500, as well as the annual subscription cost. Year 1 will be $4.50 per user, year 2 is $4.75 a user, and year 3 will be $4.95 a user.
All right, looking for a motion to approve the contract with Instructure.
I'll make a motion to approve the 3-year contract with Instructure.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Oakley, second by Mr. Gentile. Do you have any questions or comments?
On these user fees
Mhm.
annually, are we able to implement those into a reimbursable fee, like a student fee that we?
Like part of our textbook fees?
Yeah.
Yes, it would fall.
Okay, so that's not gonna be like a extra expense that we're gonna incur, we'll get that
No, not the
reimbursed?
right.
Okay.
For those students that pay the textbook rental.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah,
we're gonna stay positive.
okay.
Anything else? All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, I'd like to present the results of our bid opening for the managed Wi-Fi services. We did have 3 bidders submit proposals. Unfortunately, only one bid contained the entire scope of the project. At this time, I'd like to make the recommendation to approve the proposal from E&A. After the E-rate is applied, it would be $115,565.40.
Looking for a motion to approve the contract with ENA Air Managed Wi-Fi service.
I'll make a motion that we approve the ENA Air Managed Wi-Fi service.
Second?
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Stock, seconded by Mr. Oakley. All those, no, sorry. Do we have any other comments or questions on the?
I just wanted to comment that you do have a rubric there showing the ratings for each of the three vendors too.
I don't have that information.
And we're basically,
Yeah.
I said, I don't have one with all the prices on it. You know, the copy, I can do that.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
that's just the ENA.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
what we
is our
have.
total, that's 115
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that
I wonder-
annual fee is the management fee
Okay.
each year.
So we threw out the two other due to the exceptions of
Not a complete bid.
not a complete bid.
Mhm.
Anything else? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the request from Eric Long to upgrade the corporation's email system.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
The motion by Mr. Gentile, seconded by Mr. Oakley to approve the upgrade of the corporate's email system to Office 365. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the documents required to finalize our switch to the Educational Service Risk Fund Trust for our property, auto, and work compensation insurance. The documents include the second amended and restated agreement and declaration of trust and the appointment of S-Craft trustee.
Looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Ms. Will, seconded by Mr. Gentile. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to present the following professional leave request. Steve Kavanaugh, going to the IPLI meeting in Indianapolis. Susan Tooley, Bridging Ed and Career Success in Evansville. Joey Rankin, the Harmony Conference in French Lick. Amanda Reynolds, the Harmony Conference French Lick. Nancy Dugan, same. Keith Hallington, the IBCA Coaching Clinic in Indianapolis. And then Kelly Carlton, Shalane Newmar, Shannon McMunn, Amanda Farabonker, Amy Morris, Stephen Kavanaugh, Eric Long, and myself to go on site visits for the one-on-one initiative to Bean Blossom, Plymouth, and North Lawrence.
Looking for a motion to approve the professional leave request.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gentile, seconded by Mr. Stock. Comments or questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I do have descriptions of the school districts that we'll be traveling to for the one-on-one initiative, like how many students they have, or even reduce that type of stuff,
Mhm.
student population. Then we also have the reports for North Pleasant High School, April, June newsletter, and then the field report. Oh, yes, the update on the pending property on the purchase. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that on.
Right.
I think we're waiting still on the assessor to come in on the final assessment.
Understanding we're waiting on the appraisal, we haven't seen it.
The appraisal's not done
No.
Maybe that's why it was taken off, because there really
Yeah.
wasn't
yet.
anything.
Did they, did they give us an engagement letter or something that would say when it would be done by, or?
Not that I'm aware of, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Anything else for the good of the cause?
Legislative session's winding down. Just a couple bills maybe to make note of. House Bill 1003. It replaces iStep with iLearn, and it's in conference committee right now, so they have to agree upon the changes from the House version to the Senate version. One of the big changes is 3 through 8 would be a computer-based test that would be compared nationally, and college entrance exam assessment for grades 9 through 12. House Bill 1005 abolishes the Office of State Superintendent of Public Ed, replaces it with the Secretary of Education, which would be appointed by the governor. It looks like that will go to the governor's desk in that format.
Does it go into effect until like what, 2021
Yeah,
or 22 or
I can't
something?
remember the date, but yes. And then one that could be important for us, since we were looking at, we had the presentation on the solar,
Mhm.
is Senate Bill 309, which does away with net metering. It's a phased-in type of deal, but if you did move forward with the solar project, you would only have the net metering for 15 years. So if
And
you were
that's
able to
if-
do it before June, you would be longer than that.
Right. And that's if you only get it in before the 2018, right?
Right. It would have to be
After
done
that, it's-
this year.
Yeah.
And after that, then there is no net metering. So
That could
that probably killed any reason to look any further into that.
Okay.
But that's still in,
It's gonna go. It's in conference committee with the
Right.
Senate right now, but it looks like it's pretty much the same thing.
Mhm.
It'll probably go to the governor's desk, and there's no indication that he wouldn't sign it. There's a bunch of other ones, but those are some of the highlights.
anything else? Looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion.
Go ahead. I'll second it.
Motion by
Oh, wait,
Mr.
sorry, so we skipped the next board meeting, is it just,
Oh,
are we going to South Terrace, or are we coming back here for?
we might as well go to South Terrace next. I think that was on our, the next on the line, so. And will we do,
Say get to junior
we
high.
probably,
Did we do junior high?
we
In
did
the
that
library.
combined.
Oh, yeah, we did combine,
Yeah.
thank you, that's right.
Well, we probably want to begin that at 5 o'clock again. The executive session. To make sure we have enough time.
Yeah, it is.
We'll set it for that and then if,
Okay.
all right. So, motion by Mr. Gentile, seconded by Mr. Stock. We are adjourned.
So much you can spent on saving that.
It was-
They have already released